easy to own, easy as Dow.
Millions of us are wondering what the events of the last year will mean for the year ahead. Marketing groups have already been working on it, polling Americans about their feelings and how they think it'll affect what we think, what we do, and what we buy in the year ahead. Pamela Paul is an editor for American Demographics. Pamela, good morning. Nice to see you.
Good morning.
You polled to determine really the impact of 9/11 on every aspect of our lives, our family lives, our work lives, our religious lives. Did you expect a big impact, and was there one?
Well, we really didn't know what to expect in the face of events. I mean, some polls had come out immediately after, and what we wanted to see was, well, what would that mean in the longer term? And so, for example, if someone ran out and bought a gas mask right away after the events, over the weeks to come, would this mean that they would have an underlying attitudinal shift towards, a desire for more safety and security, and would they then buy, say, a home security system?
All right, let's look at the areas, some of the areas that you surveyed in your survey. First, you looked at home and family, and your survey found that home and family was a first, careers was a second, spirituality and faith was a third group that you looked at. So talking about home and family, you found that 87% of people say they appreciate their family more. 40% said they will designate more family time. 28% said that they were more strict about their children going places alone. Do you think that this is a short-term change immediately after 9/11, or do you think that we're going to continue to see this trend as we head into 2002 as well?
I think it will be a trend moving forward, because I think that people's fundamental ideas about stability have changed, and that people are really sort of turning inwards. I think that in addition to the economic recession plays a factor in that when there's a lot of instability outside, people really do focus on their family, on their day-to-day lives, and I think that that's what we're going to see moving forward.
You say the economy obviously has an effect, so let's turn and talk about your next area, which was careers, and your survey found that 73% said helping others is more meaningful to them, meaning that they're really thinking about the careers that they've undertaken. 79% say firefighters now have a greater prestige. 28% say entertainers have less prestige. We've heard that the economy might be recovering maybe first quarter, second quarter of next year. Do you expect a dramatic shift backward if the economy actually does improve?
No, I don't think so. I think that what happened was people really started to evaluate what they're doing with their daily lives and are thinking about what's really important to them. And I think that that has sort of shifted people's view of a work-life balance. And I think that it's also made people want to do something more meaningful, perhaps, with their careers, with their daily lives. And so while firefighters gaining prestige is a sort of obvious answer, we're also seeing helping professions like teaching, like doctors, becoming more prestigious in the wake of 9/11, and I think that will continue moving forward.
How do you see that translating into the economy? I mean, are you finding that people are, if they're not as interested in their careers, they're putting less focus on them? Are they spending less money? Are they less interested in that aspect as well?
Well, I think that, spending is going to pull back a little bit, obviously, with the recession, but I don't think it's as drastic or dire as some people might predict. I mean, we found, for example, that people would want to spend money on things like home entertainment or home furnishings, things that sort of, make them feel more comfortable and stable moving forward.
Let's talk about the third category, which was spirituality and faith. The survey found that 40% said others' faith is not important to them. 37% are comfortable with people of any faith. 14% have a hard time understanding Islam. Are we talking about organized religion here when you looked at that category of spirituality and faith? Or are you just talking about spirituality as a whole?
We're talking about spirituality as a whole, and we found that there's a surge in both a personal and a communal expression of religion. So people are not only praying on their own, reading the Bible on their own more, but they're also yearning to go to services and to learn about other religions. I think that the fact that 14%, for example, say that they're having a hard time understanding Muslim might seem disquieting, but we're seeing a lot of people really making an effort to learn about other religions.
A real attempt to understand it in the first place,
yes.
Which may be why they're a little bit confused. Pamela Paul, it's nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having me.
And coming up in just a moment, on the road to the Winter Olympics, what it really takes to become a flying skier. That's